With each passing day, tensions between Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky continue to escalate. In a dramatic turn of events, Fico penned an open letter to Zelensky, directly addressing the controversial suspension of Russian gas transit through Ukraine. The letter, shared on Fico's Facebook profile, quickly became the focal point of an intensifying diplomatic standoff between the two leaders. Fico's open letter, released on January 13, 2025, was a sharp rebuke to Ukraine's decision to halt the flow of Russian gas, which has been a vital energy source for Slovakia and other EU countries. Your decision to stop the transit of gas through Ukraine is a great damage to Ukraine, Slovakia, and especially the European Union, Fico wrote, adding that this move had caused economic repercussions that extend far beyond the two nations. He argued that such a drastic measure not only jeopardized bilateral relations, but also exacerbated tensions within Europe. While refraining from directly responding to Zelensky's statements earlier that week, Fico made it clear that his focus was on de-escalating the situation.
Dear friends, I am about to sign an open letter to the Ukrainian President, Mr. Zelensky, with this article. Dear Mr. President, your decision to stop the transit of gas through Ukraine towards Slovakia and other recipients is a great damage to Ukraine, Slovakia, and especially the European Union. It evokes various reactions, which does not contribute to bilateral or multilateral relations. I am not supposed to react to your statement on Sunday, January 12, 2025, because I should not continue to escalate the tension. I want to fully focus on resolving the situation related to the suspension of the transit of gas.
Fico's letter painted a stark picture of Slovakia's economic losses, estimating that the country loses around 500 million euros annually due to the gas suspension. While he acknowledged that his stance was not isolated in Europe, he emphasized that it was not merely a financial issue, but one that would affect the broader European economy's standing in a global market.
My position is not isolated in Europe, although I do not take it for granted that the Slovak Republic loses around 500 million euros a year due to the suspension of the transit of gas. The most decisive is your decision on the competitiveness of the European Union, the organization of which you are a member. In this spirit, I have also talked to a member of the European Commission, the Commissioner for Energy, and his team. The decisions made at this meeting confirm the seriousness of the situation. And for this reason, I issue an appeal for the Ukrainian side to actively participate in further negotiations and the work of a personal working group created for this purpose.
The Slovak Prime Minister's tone was one of urgency and frustration, and he called for immediate negotiations. He proposed a meeting with Zelensky on Slovak soil near the Ukrainian border, underscoring the symbolic importance of such a location.
Allow me to invite you as the highest representative of the Slovak executive to a meeting, if possible in the near future, with a full understanding of the importance of your work agenda. The meeting can take place on the territory of the Slovak Republic near the state borders between Slovakia and Ukraine. It is directly symbolic that you could use a direct railway connection from Kyiv to Košice for transportation to the Slovak territory, which is the result of the joint efforts of our governments. Such a meeting creates good preconditions for an open dialogue on the supply of gas to Slovakia and other countries from the territory of Ukraine.
Zelensky responded to Fico's call within hours. Through a post on X, formerly Twitter, he invited Fico to Kyiv, agreeing to meet on Friday to discuss the gas transit issue. However, Zelensky's response came amid a broader war of words, with the Ukrainian president earlier accusing Fico of arrogance for refusing assistance during Ukraine's adaptation period after the halt of gas supplies. Despite Zelensky's swift reply, Fico remains steadfast. The Slovak leader has been a vocal critic of Ukraine's policies, particularly when it comes to its stance on Russian energy supplies. Alongside Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, Fico has repeatedly advocated for stronger ties with Russia, even as the war in Ukraine continues to rage. Both leaders have called for a more balanced approach to the conflict and have voiced their opposition to Western sanctions and energy policies targeting Russia.